We may have to get used to games being made with generative AI. Check it out. That's right, man. Let's be checking every game, every nook and cranny. If a game even uses just a smidge of AI, we might fuck around and not be playing anything out here if this is the route that we're going on, man. Because if y'all didn't even know that 90% of games being made today is being made with AI. So we either got to get used to it or really find studios that isn't using this shit at all and just go on about our business or just stick and focus on those games. You feel me? So let's go ahead and get into it, man. Like it says right here. Generative AI has been on the tip of everybody's tongue in the video game world this past month. While the controversial topic has been an evergreen talking point recently, back in December we saw Larian Studios blast themselves in the foot with a shotgun following the reveal of Divinity at the Game Awards. Honestly, I don't really think they shot themselves in the foot and did that much damage, just for the simple fact people love Larian Studios. They built up such a following to the point where I think the hardcore fans, they're going to be upset about it, but then at the end of the day, they're not really going to give a fuck because they're going to play these games anyway. You feel me? And I think this is something that people's going to get used to over time. But just with anything that's new, any new technology, anything that's bound to change over time, humans as a whole are very much against it. But one thing that stays the same is always change. So we got to adapt and get used to it. You understand what I'm saying? Or fight back against the shit so that way we don't see generative AI in these video games. But I personally believe that it's a little too late. So let's continue. Speaking during an interview with Bloomberg, Larian founder Swin, can't pronounce his last name, was frank about the studio's use of developing generative AI tools while also stressing that these never take away from human creative work, but instead using it to do the jobs nobody wants to do. We also spoke with the founder at length on the subject and how Larian has continued to grow after the success of Baldur's Gate 3. Although this conversation surrounding AI dominated every single media headline for days in the aftermath. Only thing I don't like about AI is that it's taking people jobs. Now this article, and because of time, I won't be able to get into everything, but that's the main thing about this shit, bruh. AI is definitely taking jobs, and that's the worst part about it. When technology can take over for people and leave folks out here assed out, broke, or whatever the case may be, not being able to take care of their families, that's where it gets really nasty. Then we got other people out here talking shit, talking about some, oh, you might need to go ahead and find another job, or, you know, you gotta adapt. But it's like, how can you adapt to something that's going to take that job too? You feel me? So which is a slippery slope as far as human beings and work. You feel me? Because AI is going to take over everything. And these billion-dollar, trillion-dollar companies are going to see that it does. And you already know why, because it can save them more green. You feel me? That's all that matters at the end of the day. Is that fucking money. But you let me know in the comments, how do you feel that generative AI is being used to make video games?